The marsh was silent, until a single shot cut the air. "Where's the shooter?" the seals whispered. No flash, no shadow, no trace. Then, through the flooded shore, she rose. Ava Carter, Specter sniper. What happened next, no one was ready to face. The mist hung heavy on the marshland. Every breath Ava Carter drew came back damp, as though the air itself wanted to drown her lungs. She glanced down at the watch strapped to her wrist. The glass was cracked. The second hand twitched but never advanced. She kept it anyway. A reminder that time didn't always move forward. Sometimes it froze, trapping you in the moment you least wanted, the seals whispered behind her. Their boots sloshed in the ankle-deep water. No birds, no frogs. Even the wind had abandoned this place. That silence, too clean, told Ava something was wrong. Morrison, the team lead, raised his fist. Halt. They crouched among reeds that bent under the weight of last night's rain. Ahead stood a village half drowned. Mud brick walls leaned like weary soldiers, windows swallowed by dark water. The reflection of the sky trembled on the surface like a broken mirror. Intel said Ahmad Nazir, bomb maker, had limped into this ghost village. A simple extraction, they'd told Ava. No fight, just confirmation and grab, but Ava's gut knew better. The silence was watching them. She tightened her grip on her rifle, eyes darting. Every ruined wall was a throat ready to spit fire. Every ripple of water a secret hand reaching for her ankles. Rodriguez crept forward. Thompson shadowed him. Ava shifted right with Wilson, sweeping the flank. Her thoughts kept pulling back to her watch. It's frozen time. The moment that had stopped her life once before. She shook it off. Not now. Rodriguez froze at a collapsed house. Through its cracked window lay a body, too still, too staged. Nazir, or bait. Trap, Morrison whispered. The word barely touched the air before the marsh exploded. Crack. Rodriguez fell, blood spilling into the water. Sniper! They scattered. Ava dove behind a rotting boat, splinters digging her palms. Another shot snapped concrete near Wilson's head. The marsh gave no answer. No muzzle flash. No silhouette. Just endless water stretching like a sheet of glass. Her heart thundered. They weren't hunting Nazir. Someone was hunting them. Check your six, Morrison hissed, but Ava had already felt it. A ripple in the water. Not wind, not natural, something alive. The shot came again, slicing the air by her cheek. She glimpsed the impossible, light sparking from the water itself. Her mind froze. A sniper firing from beneath the flood? The seals whispered in disbelief. Where is the shooter? But Ava already knew. The marsh itself had grown eyes, and it was staring straight at her. The scream echoed through the culvert. It wasn't far. Ava felt it under her skin like a tremor. She shoved her rifle forward, belly flat against the waterlogged concrete. The culvert was barely wide enough to fit her shoulders. Brackish water seeped into her uniform, numbing her skin. She whispered into her comms. Carter here. Moving forward, no answer. Just static. Her breath rasped against the damp walls. Every movement pushed ripples ahead of her like warning flares. If the sniper was tracking through vibrations, she was painting a target with every inch she crawled. She remembered something from long before. Her father's wallet. Leather torn, always empty. He'd kept it anyway. A symbol of everything he couldn't give but still carried. She thought of that wallet now, heavy even when it held nothing. She felt the same weight in her chest. Empty yet crushing. A shot cracked outside. Muffled through concrete but still sharp enough to make her teeth rattle. Then silence again. The culvert twisted. Ava pushed through, the water now chest high. The walls sweated with moss. Ahead, faint light shimmered like a dying star. She aimed her rifle toward it, finger resting against the trigger. Something shifted in the water beside her. Not her, not natural, she froze. Her lungs burned with the demand to inhale, but she forced herself still. The ripple brushed past, soft as a ghost's hand. Then it vanished. She exhaled, too loud. The sniper was down here. Her watch pressed cold against her wrist, still frozen at that same second. She imagined the sniper's scope finding her heartbeat instead of time. She moved faster, sloshing water now. Risky, necessary. The light at the end widened. She pushed out into an opening beneath one of the flooded houses. The floor above was collapsed, beams hanging like ribs, and there, movement, a silhouette knee-deep in water. Rifle raised, Ava fired first. The shot echoed in the chamber, deafening. The figure collapsed with a splash. She surged forward, rifle steady. But when she reached it, her gut sank. A decoy. A mannequin. Painted face. Sandbag chest. A trap meant to make her reveal her position. Her comms crackled at last. Carter, status? Morrison's voice, strained, barely controlled. Decoy, she whispered. He's playing with us. Before Morrison could reply, another shot rang out. This time not outside, inside the chamber. Close. The water erupted beside her, droplets stinging her face. The shooter was here. The muzzle aimed at her forehead. Ava's finger curled tight around her trigger, but she knew she was late. The figure half submerged in the water didn't rush. He rose slow, deliberate. Camouflage made of reeds dripped from his shoulders like the swamp itself had grown a man. His eyes were hidden behind a veil of wet grass. But the rifle was real. Its barrel gleamed, cold and merciless. Time cracked in her mind like her broken watch. She ducked. The shot punched the wall behind her, shards of concrete spraying her cheek. Ava rolled sideways, water slapping against her ears. Her rifle barked twice, sparks of light in the gloom. The figure vanished back under the surface, ripples spreading like veins. Her chest heaved. Her comms hissed static. No voices now. No Morrison, no team. Just her, the water, and the ghost. She dragged herself against a beam, trying to calm her shaking hands. The smell of mold, rot, and gunpowder filled the air. Then she remembered something she had buried deep. A road, a dusty road from her childhood. Long, cracked, stretching into nothing. She had walked it with bare feet, each step raising small clouds of powdery dirt. On that road, she had promised herself she would escape. That she would find a place where footsteps didn't echo with hunger. That memory grounded her now. The dusty road was still beneath her feet, even here in this drowned place. The water shifted again. She held her breath. The sniper surfaced 10 meters away, reed mask glistening. He didn't shoot. He watched, like he wanted her to see him, like he was measuring her soul. Ava fired. Missed. He slipped back under. Her radio cracked suddenly. Carter, report. Morrison's voice, tight, controlled. Engaged. Close range. He's in the tunnels. Hold position. Drones overhead. No time. She cut the comms. Morrison didn't see what she saw. This wasn't a man running. This was a predator circling. Ava pushed deeper into the chamber, searching for higher ground. Her boots slipped on slimy stone. She scrambled onto a beam, dripping and cold, rifle sweeping the waterline. Silence pressed in. Then a hand shot from the water. It seized the beam near her ankle. She kicked hard, boot connecting with flesh. Bubbles rose where he had been. Her pulse hammered. She fired again into the ripples. No cry, no blood. Just the Marsh swallowing sound. Something brushed her calf. She screamed, firing wildly, the rifle's recoil bruising her shoulder. The water churned, but the figure never fully surfaced. He was there and not there, a shadow made of reeds, then calm. Nothing. Ava's ears rang. Her rifle clicked empty. She slammed a new mag in, teeth gritted. Her father's empty wallet flashed in her mind. She had found it once after he'd left. No money, no photos, no notes. Just absence. A hollow reminder of promises broken. She shoved the memory aside. She couldn't afford to be empty. Not here. Her watch ticked once, just once. She swore she saw the second hand shift. Her breath caught. Then it froze again. The sniper's voice came from the dark, low-accented, soft. You don't understand this place. Ava spun. The sound bounced off walls. No source. I know every current. Every tunnel. Every shadow. His voice was closer now, whispering like reeds in the wind. You don't walk this ground. You drown in it. Her throat tightened. She wanted to answer, to throw words back at him. But her mouth was dry. The dusty road rose in her memory again. Long, endless, but it had always led forward. She gripped her rifle tighter. Ava shouted. Then come out and face me. Silence. Then water erupted behind her. She turned too late. A hand clamped around her throat, dragging her down into the flood. Cold swallowed her whole. The water crushed her chest. Ava's eyes burned. Inches away, the sniper's face hovered, calm, unreadable. His lips curved into a faint smile as though he had all the time in the world. He raised his weapon. Ava rammed her elbow into his ribs. Bubbles burst from his mouth, his grip loosening for a heartbeat. She kicked upward, lungs screaming. Her head broke the surface and she gasped, dragging air like it was treasure. Shots snapped from above. Morrison's suppressing fire tore through the beams. "Carter, move!" She pulled herself onto a slab of stone, coughing water from her lungs. The sniper hadn't followed. He had vanished again, swallowed by his tunnels. Ava's watch pressed into her wrist, the broken glass-cutting skin. She didn't care. The frozen time stared at her like an accusation. Morrison's voice came again, crackling with urgency. "Drone shows heat. He's not Nazir. Repeat, not Nazir." She froze. "Then who?" "We don't know. Nazir was dead before we came. This was a trap. He's the test, Carter. We're the subjects." Ava's stomach twisted. The sniper wasn't just an enemy. He was bait. She remembered the empty wallet in her father's hands, an emptiness shaped by someone else's power. She felt that same hollowness now. They hadn't chosen this fight. It had been chosen for them, she whispered to herself. "Then I'll end it." The drone's hum grew louder overhead. Thermal signatures pulsed on Morrison's map, shifting through the tunnels like veins glowing under skin. "Carter," Morrison said, "you're closest. We collapse the junction, force him out." She stared at the cracked ceiling above the water. If she did this, tunnels would crumble. She might be buried, but if she didn't, the sniper would keep playing, bleeding them dry. She pulled a grenade from her vest. Metal cold, heavy, her hands shook. She thought of the dusty road, the promise she had made as a child to keep walking forward no matter how far. That road had carried her here. It could carry her out. She yanked the pin and dropped the grenade into the fissure. The explosion boomed under her boots. The chamber shook like the earth itself groaned. Water surged, spraying her face. Then came the sound. Stone grinding. Tunnels collapsing, a roar of drowning air. Ava staggered back. Clutching her rifle, the water heaved, and from it, the sniper rose, half-shredded camouflage clinging to his frame. His eyes blazing, he wasn't running anymore. The words echoed. Ava raised her rifle, but he fired first. The bullet shattered stone inches from her head. Shards tore her cheek. She rolled behind a pillar, blood slicking her fingers. Her chest heaved, but she kept her sight steady. "Carter." Morrison's voice came faint, almost broken. "Wilson's down. Dave is critical. You're it now." The Marsh groaned above her. She heard beams collapsing. The tunnel system was giving way. Every second brought the ceiling lower. Her father's empty wallet flashed in her memory. She'd stared into it as a child, hoping something would appear. Nothing had. Just leather and dust. The sniper's trap felt the same, empty yet powerful enough to crush. She whispered, "Not again." She sprinted across the chamber, splashes loud, drawing fire. Bullets tore the water behind her. She dove, rolled, aimed. Her shot clipped his shoulder. He didn't cry out. He didn't falter. He adjusted, calm as tide. "You're good," he said, voice echoing. "But good isn't enough." Ava clenched her jaw. "I'm not here to be good. I'm here to end you." He lunged, water flying from his frame, dragging her down again. Their rifles tangled. She smashed the butt of hers into his jaw. He grunted, grip loosening. She shoved him back, gasping for space. The ceiling cracked. A flood of mud and debris rained down. Morrison's voice rasped in her ear. "Carter, out now. The whole place is collapsing." But the sniper blocked the exit, his body a wall of calm fury. The dusty road stretched in her mind, endless, waiting. If she stopped here, she would never walk it again. She charged him. They slammed into the water, grappling in the flood, each fighting for air, for ground, for the right to walk away alive. She felt his knife flash past her ribs. She caught his wrist, twisted hard. The blade clattered into the dark, but he was stronger underwater, his body moving like it belonged here. Ava's watch dug deep into her skin, time frozen, reminding her this fight might never end unless she forced it to. Her lungs burned. Her vision blurred, the roof split. Water thundered down, drowning the chamber. Darkness. Water. Silence. Ava's body tumbled in the current, slammed against stone, dragged deeper. The sniper's hand still clutched her harness, unyielding. She fought, kicked. The knife flashed again. She wrenched it free, blade slicing water. The broken watch pressed into her wrist. It felt alive now, pulsing with her heartbeat. For the first time, she wanted it to tick again. To prove time hadn't ended here, she stabbed. The blade met flesh. His grip faltered. She kicked upward, lungs shredding with need. Her head broke the surface. She coughed, choking swamp water. Around her, the village collapsed, roofs folding into the flood, and then he rose too. Bleeding, battered, but still smiling. The water carried him closer like the marsh itself refused to let him go. "You can't kill what the shore owns," he whispered. His voice was ragged but steady. Ava's empty wallet memory surfaced again. Her father's silence. The absence of answers. This man was offering her the same emptiness disguised as inevitability. She would not accept it. She raised her rifle, hand shaking but steady enough. "Then I'll take you from it." They fired at the same time. His bullet grazed her arm. Hers struck center. He staggered, falling back into the flood. The marsh swallowed him. Silence, she waited. Gun ready, every nerve lit. The drone overhead hummed. Morrison's faint voice called her name. No ripple broke the water. No breath rose. Only reeds swaying, empty. She dragged herself onto what remained of a concrete ledge. The marsh spread wide, glistening like glass, hiding all its secrets. Her watch ticked once, just once, then froze again. The dusty road came back to her, stretching into forever. For the first time she felt she could keep walking, but in the corner of her eye across the flooded square she thought she saw it. A ripple too straight, too purposeful. The Specter had risen once and maybe he wasn't finished. Ava froze. The reeds across the square quivered, though no wind touched the marsh. And there, a faint glint, not sun, not water. Glass, a scope catching light. Her breath stalled. Her rifle rose instinctively, but her arms trembled with exhaustion. Every muscle begged to quit. Every nerve screamed danger. "Carter." Morrison's voice whispered through the comm, thin, barely alive. "Status?" She didn't answer. The square was listening. Her watch dug into her skin, the broken face pressing a bruise into her wrist. It hadn't ticked again. Time was still frozen, holding her hostage between past and present. The empty wallet came to mind again. She imagined holding it in her hands now, trying to explain that nothing had changed, that sometimes emptiness followed you no matter how far you walked. But maybe, just maybe, you could still choose what to fill it with. The reeds shifted once more. Ava aimed. Silence. She fired. The shot shattered stillness, echoing across drowned walls. Birds rose in a sudden storm of wings, breaking the silence that had owned the marsh since dawn. The reeds stilled. No return fire. No ripple. Her chest heaved. Did she hit him, or did the marsh take her bullet like it took everything else? She scanned, finger tight on the trigger. The dusty road stretched through her mind again. Long, cracked, endless. She wondered if she was walking it right now, each step leading to an ending she couldn't see. Her comm crackled. "Carter, report." Morrison again, weaker. She swallowed, throat dry. "Unclear." The drone overhead buzzed, tilting its gaze across the water. A voice from control followed. "No heat signature. Area appears clear." Ava almost laughed. Clear, as if the marsh would ever be clear. She slumped against the ledge, water dripping from her gear. Her reflection looked back at her, pale, eyes wide, lips trembling. Behind the reflection, the reeds swayed again. She blinked. Nothing. Just water. The helicopter thumped in the distance, its blades beating air into thunder, reinforcements, the promise of safety. She didn't move. Not yet. The marsh still watched her. Her watch ticked. Just once. Then froze. She whispered to herself, so soft even the comm didn't catch it. "Where are you?" No answer came, only the silence of the shore.